My name is KillerKeemstar, and I'm here with...
OnlyusemeBlade.
This is the BadKidCast, the audio cast that you listen to
while you game.
Guys, this is the 100th episode of the BadKidCast.
Triple digits.
The 100th episode. Major milestone. Now, we've done, obviously, way more than 100, but this is...
Some got taken down, some got moved over, but
Yeah.
we're 100 strong.
We're probably around 130, maybe, because we had, like, I
Way
don't know.
more than that.
Anyhow, since we started counting, we have hit number 100. So we were going to do something special. We were going to talk to Hex. We were going to talk to Drifter. We were going to talk to some people and put them on the show. But that's not what we did.
Nope.
What we decided to do for the 100th episode is we brought everything outside.
All right, so we're in the garage, right? And this guy, Josh, goes, "Why don't we have it outside by the fire?" And he looked over at me, and I'm like, "You motherfucker!" Because here's what happens, okay? You plant one little seed of possibility in Keemstar's mind, and he's fucking building the empire out here, okay? So I've learned not to put any seeds unless I really want to build some shit or go hard on something, right? And Josh looks over to me. I'm like, I know what he's going to do. He's going to fucking make it happen. Any obstacle there, he's going to fucking plow through it. But it's going to be a process. But we are out here.
We did this in 20 minutes.
Yeah, it didn't take long, because... Well, you got the motherboard, you got the mics, you got the fucking audio equipment, you got headsets. But at the end of the day, you got a table, fire. You need to get bug spray because there's fucking bugs out here.
Right.
You need to bring out the big heavy-duty light and hook that up. So, I mean, there's things to do, but, impossible isn't really a word. I don't know what impossible is.
Yeah.
What the fuck is impossible?
Found that out.
I think that's the beauty of life, though, is to always think you could do whatever.
We need to do this more often. I can actually smoke while on the cast.
Oh, smoking's bad. I'm so glad that I quit. So fucking glad. Going strong here. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the support out there. A lot of support coming from you guys.
I got a question.
What's the question?
How stringent are you on the left ear, right ear headphone situation?
What do you mean? Wait, say that again? I lost you.
How close to a T do you follow left ear, right ear on your headset or whatever?
Oh, it has to be right.
How do you know, though?
I don't know, but I feel like that
That you'd be able to hear it?
Yeah.
Really? I don't know if you would.
What do you mean?
I
You'd
don't
be able
know.
to hear the difference? Well, here's the thing. If you have it on and you're watching a movie, an explosion happens on the right side, but you hear it on the left side, it's just going to not feel good.
What if you're just watching, YouTube videos or porn or something?
Well, same thing.
Trying to bring up
Obviously,
porn.
if it's a threesome and another lady comes walking out the other room and she's like, "What's up, sluts?" And it comes out of the wrong side, you're going to have this idea that it's a foursome.
Dude, okay.
Right? You're going to think that someone's coming from the other side.
That's what I'm saying.
And then you're going to be let down.
But I don't know if you would be, okay, unless it's very directional, like it's fucking Jurassic Park or something, okay? I get it that you wouldn't be, but I wonder if you know. I get a complex about it. About 5 seconds in, I have to check.
Oh, me too.
I lost
The last cast when I was bugging about my ear wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
Well, you need to. That's why they say on headphones right and left, because it is important.
But here's my issue though. Okay, normally with headphones you can do it. Like a nice set of headphones, it's easy. You always know where the cord comes out. It's easy, right?
Yeah.
But I've been fucking with the little earbuds, because I've lost my headphones.
Dude, I remember the first surround sound that I got, I set up in my apartment, and I had everything wrong.
Really?
I didn't look to where, things went. What I did is I was like, well, the shape of this speaker, this one should go here, and this one should go here to match it. So I had, basically the front, what was supposed to be the front, coming from, the left side.
Yeah.
And then I had, the background noise coming from the right side. Now, that's a weird combination when you're watching a movie, because you're constantly turning to your left, right?
Yep.
You're like, what?
So you pretty much gave your surround sound Down syndrome?
Pretty much.
Yep. There
Yeah.
you go. Sorry, I said it.
So,
Dude, that's one of my passions. I love doing that stuff.
are people with Down syndrome always, looking to the left, or?
I don't know.
Wow.
Well, speaking of that, so this goes back a couple months. We never
Oh
brought
my
this
God, if
up.
anyone-
First off, the new designer thing that we don't make fun of it yet. Okay, We don't make fun of this yet. What is it?
Till tonight.
Crohn's or something? What is it? Crohn's disease?
Crohn's disease.
That's like in the whole scheme of things, that's a relatively new diagnosed thing. Okay? I don't know much about it.
Well, here's the thing. There's a lot of allergies, right? You know, people have allergies, and it's weird because, like, what the fuck is allergies? Did people have allergies a long time ago? No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
Well, they
Where the fuck were you?
Yeah, they've always all that stuff that we're finding out. We've always had it. It hasn't been diagnosed yet. Like, why do people do some nutty shit sometimes?
No, you're wrong.
Because they're
It
bipolar.
wasn't. There might have been someone in the world that had that, but for the most part, they didn't. And here's why: the hookworm.
What?
The what?
What?
The hookworm. Hookworm goes like in through your skin, travels through your bloodstream, and then like gets into your stomach and sits down there and eats food inside of your stomach, like worms, right? Mm-hmm. Now here's the thing: there's been people today that have Crohn's disease, that have fucking allergies, that have all these like health issues, and nothing fixes it. So what they end up doing is they end up going to Africa, putting their foot in tribe people's shit, so the hookworm that's in the shit will go up through their body and into them. So they infect themselves with hookworm. And the reason why they do this is because the hookworm has basically its whole purpose in life is to live inside of a human.
Right.
All right? And it's generated through time with humans for millions of years, right? So it knows our immune system, and it actually helps us fight off things, because the hookworm doesn't want allergies. The hookworm doesn't want, like, Crohn's disease, and it knows how to fight those diseases. So people that have these diseases are now doing this wild thing and giving themselves hookworm.
That's nuts.
But it works. It's fucking crazy, isn't it?
Like I have a tapeworm.
Yeah, this dude Josh right here has tapeworm for real. I'm a big dude, and we'll eat the same thing. And like 20 minutes later, he's like, "I'm hungry." I'm like, First off,
I want chicken wing dip now.
First off, Keem, you know me. You know that I am a lazy person, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. When it comes
100%.
when it comes to chilling and just kicking it, I got that fucking down cold. Master Prestige, like I'm good, right?
If I went to any normal person, I said, "Listen, I'm going to give you a job. I'm going to pay you a really good yearly salary. All you have to do is upload videos to your channel. And by the way, the more you upload and the more quality your videos are, the more money you'll make." That random person would be like, "What? To make videos? Like in gaming?" They'd be like, "Fuck yeah, I'm down." And they would just fucking grind. They'd be the next fucking T-Mart if I said this to a normal person that had no idea, right?
But there's a lot of people that do it, though.
But this is Blade's job. Mm-hmm. This is his fucking job. And he'll wake up and he'll be like, "Dude, I just don't feel like it today.
But he'll also play video games.
I can't
and
go to
not,
work.
Like, make a video.
I just don't want to go to work today. Like, fuck it. I'm going to watch this series on HBO.
and mind you that his workstation is, 3 feet from your bed?
I'm not going to do the
18
job
inches?
which requires me to play video games and then basically talk over them.
I'm just not currently. I'm not really feeling like the video games that are out. I'm trying to get into them.
There's motherfuckers in coal mines, like digging out coal that make as much as you. Like if the
Getting
thing
diseases.
if the thing falls down and like traps them, right? Like they're dead. Like, what's going to happen to you?
These motherfuckers are going to die from cancer.
The worst fear you have of being a YouTuber, all right, in gaming is that you might get a stalker that might like try to kill you. But that's the only situation.
I'm on some come see me shit. Like, I honestly put this out there on Twitter because I was sitting there, I was thinking about it. Right, people are trying to send me stuff like this. Like, I bought like a graphics card from somebody. He's like, "I need your address," and during my stream, this kid's like, I live near you. I can give you Black Ops 1 because mine was scratched up. And I'm like, fuck it. Come through. Like, if you're a killer, like, hopefully I can defend myself, but I doubt you are. You're trying to give me a Black Ops disc.
Yeah, but that's exactly what a killer would say.
Yeah.
A crazy stalker.
Have you not seen the Craigslist killer?
He'd be like, "Yo, Blade, I'm
going to come by your couch and I'm going to slaughter you." Like,
well, and also, here's the thing. At the time, when this person did this, they had there was about 7 people in my house, and the landlord's downstairs.
I don't understand the Craigslist killer. Like, why would he use Craigslist? Like, why couldn't he just go to any random house? What's
here's
the difference?
Okay, here's the thing, dude.
It's a fetish.
I called somebody on Craigslist because they were
I
selling
literally
a monitor.
just saw a bug crawling across the table. Again, we're outside in the wilderness. There's like fucking squirrels jumping up above us.
I called this dude on Craigslist to buy a monitor like 5 minutes after my monitor broke. We met in a parking lot like halfway between him and me. Like,
Okay.
in a random fucking parking lot. What's stopping that dude from like robbing me when I see him? Nothing, but I just assume that shit's going to work out. You know what I mean?
You know, I don't want to play into the like be afraid to go outside thing because like, you know, you hear these stories and it's like 1 out of a million, right? And obviously there's going to be bad incidents that happen all the time. I'm sure at one point somebody walked across the street and got hit by a car.
Yeah.
So does that mean we're all just not going to walk, you know, across the streets anymore? Obviously not. So
Yeah. I'm sure a pizza delivery dude has fucking murdered somebody before. Am I not going to answer the door when Domino's is there?
yeah.
No.
So, and I think honestly, you know, that's what the news does, right? The news is always like, this is what happened, that's what happened, and it's, you know, people dying, it's war, it's negative stuff always in the news. So we get this assumption, right, that the world is a horrible place, and we start, you know, getting Debbie Downer when we watch the news.
I fucking feel the karma thing. Like, first off, I don't feel like I have any enemies. There's no one out there that wants to hurt me personally. Like, I can't think of anybody.
I know, but I'm saying most people that watch the news and
There's
pay
times.
attention to what's going on, they start getting a little depressed. They start thinking, man, this world is really fucked up. But in reality, that is a giant magnifying glass on the things that's wrong, and we never see the stuff that's good because it's not really that entertaining. And that's kind of the problem I have with Drama Alert is I want to cover some good, positive stories in the community, but nobody cares.
Right.
And who am I serving? Am I serving the community by putting up good news stories, or am I serving the community by giving them the entertainment that they ask for?
Right.
Yeah, when was
Right,
the last time you
and
saw
that
the
they
new
want.
Channel 4 and they're like congratulating this person for living 70 years without killing somebody
Yeah.
or committing a crime? No. Fucking, what do you see on the news? Oh, this person walked into this house and slaughtered this entire fucking family.
You know where shit's crazy, man?
Where's shit really crazy?
For whatever reason, I got the local news for Chicago on TV.
Local news.
Okay, the local news for Chicago is like there was 17 homicides today.
Oh, did you
17?
Did you hear? One of my friends was in Chicago visiting, and while they were there was like something like 78 murders.
Yeah.
in 2 days.
Yeah, man.
Like it was insane.
like-
Like they broke some type of record.
Fucking,
like is there like a really fancy nice part of Chicago, or is it just?
Yep.
Yeah, but there's like okay,
it's the city with
like,
skyscrapers.
Obviously, like the
Yeah.
Optic House is in fucking Chicago.
Yeah.
You know, they're not gangbanging outside. Well, maybe they are. I don't know.
Optic Green.
How'd you get so good at the game? I shoot people in real life, too.
Green Wall.
Green Wall.
But anyhow, there's parts of Chicago that is just so fucking like the police gave up.
Like Chicago became Compton.
All right.
City.
I went to Detroit, and that city fucking gave up.
Oh my god,
Dude, it's crazy, bro. That city just, fuck it, we're done with this one.
I was showing a couple people. I think we actually talked about this in the cast before a
Yeah.
long time ago. But yeah, there's this video on YouTube where the lady calls the police. She says, "Hey, my house has been broken into." The cops showed up like 5 hours later.
Right?
So
this is an emergency.
the TV, the local TV news reporter, this is what he did, right? He hears on the scanner that like there's this call, so he goes to the house right away. He gets there like 15, 20 minutes after the call goes in, right?
Yeah.
Then he tells the lady, he's like, "Hey, look, can I just stay here and wait and see how long it takes for the cops to come?" And she's like, "Yeah." So this dude ended up like cooking food, taking a bath. He like the news reporter did all this stuff in her house while they were waiting for the cops to show up that she was robbed. It
We
was
have
fucking hilarious.
The town we live in, fucking, we have like 3 different cops that patrol, 3 different townships that patrol our street.
Yeah.
We have like a 7-second response time. like,
Tag.
we'll be outside smoking and the cops will stop by and be like, "Hi, what are you doing? Anything bad?"
Yeah.
Motherfuckers are dying left
Well,
and
I was
right.
outside at your house just the other day. Me and Blade are outside, and the fucking cops just come up and just start talking to us. We're like,
I
"What's
was
going
there.
on?"
She was kind of cute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she was a
yeah.
hot cop.
she was like, "Have you seen some little children running around the neighborhood?" I'm like, "Yeah, all day long." Like,
no, the first thing she said to me and Blade, she goes, "Were you guys playing hide and go seek?" And we just started rolling.
Where the fuck am I hiding? Like, come on.
That's what he said. That's what he said to her too. He goes, "Where am I gonna hide?" And
she's like, "Oh yeah, this is the address that last week we had a noise complaint, but we actually didn't show up because."
Dude, I swear I have like a fucking 16-year-old mind because when the cop pulled up and stopped and started getting out, I'm drinking alcohol in the parking lot and I like hit it on the back bumper.
Yeah.
Of my
no one's gonna.
I'm patting myself down to
Time
see
out.
if I got
Time
anything
out.
I'm gonna get
Even if
arrested
it's completely legal, even if on your front porch and it's completely legal for you to have a beer, if a cop comes up, you're not gonna fucking go into like advertisement mode, like, oh, I'm slamming a Coors. You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna like endorse it. You're just gonna put it down and be like, hey, what's going on, cop? Like, what kind of asshole approaches a cop with a half
and
a
I was thinking of Scott's birthday to fucking give her my name is Scott and his birthday because I know he would never have anything wrong in the legal system. So I was like, I'm going to tell her my name's Scott.
But my whole process was
not that serious.
Haven't seen Josh.
My whole process was like, I don't want to get caught with this alcohol. Like that's what was going in my head.
And
you're
just at my house.
I'm a fucking adult. Like I can drink alcohol. What's wrong with me?
But you do know what I'm saying though. Like, okay, if you get pulled over by a car, let's say you had your system bumping and the cop pulls you over, you're going to turn the system down, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You roll up next to him, you turn that shit down.
Yep.
I think fucking bumping is. I always thought that was
who
so
here
stupid.
does not kind of get the shakes or a little paranoid when a cop gets behind them driving?
Oh, every time.
Like
every
I look for
time.
some place I can go and buy something when a cop gets behind me. I'm like,
every
I'm going to
time.
walk into this store.
Yep.
You know what? I'm going to pretend I know these people. I'm just going to pull in your driveway. I'm going to knock on your front door. Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah, if I can bust a right into a business real quick, like if there's just any kind of shop, like I'll do it real quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's weird, you know. Like,
yes, I'm hungry again. Whoop.
We're all
happen to be at the gay bar.
Yeah.
It's fine.
No.
I mean, that pretty much right there just describes what government is, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the fear of the enforcers.
Chicago, the cops and people are like not.
But I'm not doing anything wrong though.
Yeah, but
I still think that I'm still like.
That's how governments exist. Is we fear the enforcers.
Yeah.
You know, we fear the people that have the power, and that keeps everybody in line. So yeah. Anyhow, we went out the other night. It was an eventful night.
Absolutely.
It was fun. You know what we haven't been doing? We haven't been kayaking.
We have not.
No.
And
we have 3 now, right?
we ended up... No, we have 2. Well, technically 3. I got the surfboard. But we ended
You still
up...
got that thing?
Yeah, I never returned it. Wow. I should have. It's like a $700 inflatable surfboard. But it's awesome.
We were out in the water, right? And he's like, try this. I'm trying it. I can't stand up on it, okay? Keem couldn't stand up on it. I guess his kid could do it or whatever.
Yeah.
But couldn't stand up on it. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty cool. He's like, hey, what do you think about that? I'm like, yeah, it's pretty cool. He's like, yeah, it was like $750. I'm like, not that cool.
Fuck that. I happen to notice that, like, Keem, you have a lot of, like, random shit.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing. You could buy, like, a bunch of boring shit. Or you could buy, like, I have a Segway, I have electric skateboard, I have a kayak, and I have a surfboard. And I have, like, cool toys that are expensive.
When I
see
some cool shit, like, on YouTube or whatever, or, like, a product, I'm like, that's pretty fucking awesome, but then I, like, move along. He'll see some awesome shit, and then he'll figure out a way to get it.
Yeah, like I want the stuff that
the badass stuff.
Yeah, like why would you want anything else? Like,
did you have super soakers when you were a kid?
Yes.
Did you have super soakers when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had the one with a backpack.
Here's the thing, dude. Honestly, the super soakers were like a status symbol for kids.
Yeah.
It was a status symbol for kids,
like,
man.
Basically, at summertime,
cars are now to us.
No,
yeah,
when at summertime, when you were going to like frickin' have like a water war, and everyone would bring their super soakers out.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't have like a badass one,
like
you were
the
a
gangster
peasant.
one. Yeah.
Because there were some super soakers that were like peasant level.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
People would be like,
it was like the super soaker 100 or the 200, and then you start getting into like the machine guns and the fucking the trail behind you and shit.
But here's the thing.
I had the backpack that you had a pump, and then you put it on your back.
Yeah.
And fuck.
Well, that's the thing. I had that one, right? So
Yeah.
I thought I was a badass because I had the most expensive gun,
Yeah.
right? But here's the thing. Everyone's running around dancing around me. I'm carrying 50 pounds of fucking water on my back, right? So I'm barely moving. It was a fucking shitty deal.
So my boy, remember Jeff?
Yeah. Your friend Jeff?
My friend Jeff, right? We call him Drama. Okay, he's kind of like a.
Wait, I wonder if they can hear the ambience real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt your story, but do you hear it? Like I hear the outside.
Yeah,
in the mic. It's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, Brian was like, yeah, this is going to last all of 5 minutes. Keem's like, nope, bugs. We're going inside. Fuck this.
Well, now we got bug spraying. And here's what's crazy about being out here. We got the fire right next to us, guys. So picture this. We got the table out here. We got all the professional mics. We got all that stuff, right, on the table. Next to us, we have a campfire going. And, believe it or not, it's a fucking full moon.
Right.
So we can actually see out here. I mean, it's pretty cool. And if you want to see a picture of us three, you can go to my Instagram, instagram.com/DJKeemstar. Make sure you follow me over there and check out the picture of where we're doing this cast. Now, Blade, I'm sorry again for interrupting. Please tell this amazing story.
Where was I?
You were talking about Jeff, your friend Jeff.
Oh, yeah. So we, with Jeff, like I've known Jeff for a long time, but I didn't know him in kid years, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And so everyone was talking about the Super Soakers, like which ones had what. And of course, Jeff is the dude that once at the time he was always like the one-upper. Okay, and so someone literally was like, "Yeah, I had the ultimate presidential set, and that shit would fucking blast like a fire hose, you know." And Jeff, of course, had to one-up it. He's like, "Dude, I had the fucking this 10,000 with the turbo or some shit like that," and he's like, "I could fucking shoot 50-yard field goals in that shit." And I'm like, "Pause. No, you did not." I know you're exaggerating, bro, because you can't shoot water like 50 yards.
Dude, I hate when I talk. Because I exaggerate so much when I'm trying to like talk to someone and put emphasis on stuff.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, you know, let's say the number's like, it weighed 100 pounds, it was heavy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to say that sentence. I'll just naturally say it weighed 300 pounds.
Right.
And I have to stop myself because I'm trying to emphasize how heavy it was, but I'm describing it by lying about how heavy it was.
Think about this massive thing.
Like, the whole point of me exaggerating is to describe it. Like, that's part of the thing. It's not like a lie. It's more like, I need you to understand.
Hey, what about the kids that
doesn't transcend during communication?
What about this? What about when you have like a video game console and then the new one comes out and the couple kids in the neighborhood that have the new one are like really cool for like a month?
Yeah, I remember that because, I mean, you guys don't really have it that much because you guys don't get new systems. You get new systems, the kids of today, like every 10 years.
Yeah.
So you're on a long, long wait. When we were younger, it was like every 4 years.
Yep.
Every 4 years, something was popping.
And it would shit on it, too. Like, it would be such a huge jump.
I know.
Like, I remember NES. I thought NES was the shit. And then when I went and saw, like, people playing Super NES, I go back to my NES. I'm like, this is trash.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck this.
So...
Dude, the one system I had that most people didn't have that was sick was Sega Game Gear. Sega Game Gear was sick.
I remember, I think I played Street Fighter on that.
Yeah, it was sick, dude.
You guys remember Dreamcast?
Hell yeah, I remember Dreamcast.
Yeah, Dreamcast came out when we were like 16.
And that, you know what? That was about the time when I stopped fucking with it.
Dreamcast was the first system to not only fail but also to get hacked big time. Because what they did is that, first of all, the Dreamcast was a fucking fail system.
No, it wasn't. It was a good system, bro.
No, it didn't sell.
Yeah, it sold. There's a lot of people that NBA series that had on, like, Dreamcast sold, bro.
Blade, I'm sorry to tell you, but you need to seriously Google this. Like,
maybe over fucking Richland.
Dreamcast was a giant fail. They stopped production of the fucking thing. Right, and then that pretty much...
You just couldn't get games for it either.
That killed... Yeah, so listen. Anyhow, let me talk about this.
It wasn't a PS2, okay? I get it. It wasn't, it wasn't a 360.
No, the PS1 and the Xbox came out, and it just shit on him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and the Dreamcast was over because it didn't have the same quality as those other systems.
Yeah.
And it just died. But anyhow, long story short, I want to talk about.
The fuck's turning on lights and shit?
That's my neighbor. Maybe we should be a little bit more quiet.
Yeah.
All right, but
No,
anyhow,
fuck that. Dreamcast is one of the shittiest systems of all time. And you need to Google that shit. Okay.
The cops roll up. Let me in on this conversation.
what's going on out here? Like, seriously, that would be the weirdest thing if they pulled up on
What if we
people
could- what if we
outside
could-
with mics.
What if we continued that story like a whole debate? Dude, yeah, the Dreamcast was way better than the PS1.
Did you just hear thunder?
And lightning.
What is that? Oh my god. Okay, so anyhow, it wasn't thunder. But what was I saying? Oh, so the Dreamcast actually got hacked.
Really?
All right. And what they did is they started making their own games, and they could play it on Dreamcast. So and not only that, but you could duplicate games. So motherfuckers were like taking the Dreamcast games, putting them in their computer, and like copying it because there was no like anti-copy thing, right?
burn.
So they were just like printing out their own games and like selling them like for like $2 each.
Yeah.
Like it was insane. And like I just remember this dude was like playing some game because it became to a point where indie developers that made games, they could just put their own games on the Dreamcast. Right, so there was like all these bootlegged versions of games on the fucking Dreamcast as well. So it was pretty interesting, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, so from the Dreamcast and then like the the Xbox, the original Xbox with Halo, I hit Halo tough in Halo 1. And then after that, I just kind of stopped fucking with video games for a while.
Yeah.
Just took a break, you know what I mean?
Halo is so good.
You hear that?
Yeah, there's a helicopter flying over.
Dude,
That's awesome.
dude,
It sounds like a military
I want
helicopter.
to play the new. Do you know about this Halo
The
thing coming
police
out?
helicopter lands in your backyard.
Dude,
Josh,
what
if
are
a
you doing?
fucking if a spotlight shines on us, I'm running. Just so you know.
Dude, you know what I want, man? You know what I want for GTA 5?
What?
I want 6 stars. I want 6 stars, damn
Me
it.
too.
Okay,
Because here's
you got to be that one-upper drama.
Well, no, I'm just saying though, man. Like,
There's no. Okay.
I feel
And-
like we can take on the cops for like hours at a time.
In every single GTA, right? You get to the 5th star, and it's like
Shit's real.
balls to the wall. Cops are
So
trying to kill
you
you.
just want to see some shit
Now
where, like-
here's the difference. Here's the giant difference in GTA between 5 and 6. 5 is the cops are going full force on your ass. They're even bringing out SWAT teams. 6 is fucking military.
Yeah,
like
we're
six-
missing the military part of
6
it.
There's just
is-
an Apache helicopter. It's gonna
6
fly
is
in.
fucking tanks.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. It's tanks. It's those fucking military police helicopters.
Yeah.
It's fucking all kinds of shit. The military comes after you at 6.
If you're
We
if
don't
you're-
have
if you're
6.
on the ground, like pedestrian level, and it goes click from 5 to 6 stars, I give you about 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Like that's how it used to be, man.
Yeah, it was like you can't live.
Yeah.
You like there was no way unless you used cheat codes to continue.
Yeah, and I think
So-
I remember
They kind of got rid of the ability to use cheat codes on shit. I mean, there's hacks now and everything.
Well, you
but,
can,
like,
you can still use cheat codes.
You can still use
just
them
not
on GTA.
online.
like, do you remember like the Game Shark for like N64?
Yeah,
you put
yeah.
your game on top of it, and you just had everything. You could turn shit on and whatever
Yeah.
you wanted.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that, gamers today are like so anti-hacking, right? Like if you're playing an online game and someone's hacking, like everyone's just pissed off, right? They're like,
The
"Fuck
90s was
that
like-
fucking faggot."
Yeah.
In the 90s,
Left, right,
like,
triangle, X.
I'll tell you what
At the
changed.
start screen.
I'll tell you what changed that, Keem. What changed that was now games are multiplayer online. So there's these competitive things, Call of Duty, fucking World at War, whatever the game is, right?
Yeah.
If you're playing with other people, peer to peer, right? If you're playing with other
my
people
gaming.
and they're doing some faggot shit, like
You guys gonna bounce.
imagine if you're at a job and you're working, you're doing construction, right? And this fucking dude's flying around, like fucking not fair.
It's got an exosuit
Like
lifting bricks
let's
while
say
you're doing
let's
it.
say you got paid to bust a table, and this dude busts like 8 tables before you can even like step over there. You'd be like, "You're fucking hacking, dude! Like, fuck you." That would suck, right? So if it's single player, it's just you fucking around with it. You're not bothering anybody. No one gives a shit. But when you're messing with my shit, like
I guess, yeah.
you have God mode on. What? That's not fair. And we're boxing, and you have 1,000% power. Bam,
Okay,
I'm done.
so
You're fucking Iron Man. What the fuck?
I play a lot of Rust, right? I play the video game Rust, and for those of you that don't know what Rust is, like basically you're just running around and you're shooting at people and you got like a military suit on or whatever, and it's kind of like a Minecraft and DayZ all mixed together. But anyhow, long story short, it's so weird when you're playing that game and you're competing against other people and you're trying to shoot people and you're trying to survive, and then this one motherfucker just starts flying.
Yep, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's why we have a problem with it. We don't have a problem with it if people are just doing their own shit.
It's so funny though. I love it every time, except for when they kill me.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah.
Like this one dude in Rust was just going around the map and just killing everyone because he had like something where he like just shoots an arrow and everybody in that area dies.
Dude, you know what I think would be a hilarious movie, bro? Is a superhero that's an alcoholic.
I think they already have that.
What?
The wind's kicking up. Dude, if it starts raining, we are so fucked.
Yeah.
That's another $3,000 studio.
What do you mean another $3,000 studio?
Like all this stuff would get ruined. That's what I mean.
Ruined. I love that.
Ruined.
Ruined.
Why do you make so much emphasis on the R?
I don't know. It's ruined.
Say cool.
It's not ruined, though. There's no such thing as ruined.
All right. So anyhow, regardless, I believe that there's many superheroes that have been drunk. I don't know.
Where does this come from?
I don't know the names of them, but I know
what
that
superhero has a drinking problem? That would be hilarious.
they do in Marvel Comics. I swear to God, there's superheroes. Like, didn't like the Spawn have like a drinking problem? Like, I don't know. I'm telling you, I'm not a fucking comic geek, but there are fucking superheroes that do have drinking problems.
Captain
like legit,
Drunk.
it's like in the stories. I just don't know which one it is.
No, but it's okay. Here's the thing, though. Imagine that person.
No more Iron Man drunk man.
So it's like in most superhero movies, it's always dude leaves a normal life and then he fucking dips off around the corner and comes out as like the Hulk or some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they have to keep it a secret.
Superman
That's
changes in a telephone booth.
Yeah. What does he do now with cell phones? Like, no one uses telephone booths.
Yeah.
Anyways, so except for Iron Man, it's always I'm this by day, this by night. Right?
Yeah.
Imagine if before he went to his fucking Spider-Man shift, he got wasted. And and was
just misses the web swinging.
Yeah, like he saves someone. He's like, "Here you go, bitch," and it's like, what? And she doesn't like properly save her, but you're fucking Spider-Man. Well, phew, there's some rope for you.
Blade's so fucking into it. He's like acting it out, and he's like,
I'm just saying though, man. People get really liquid courage cocky when they're drunk sometimes. Okay,
you do,
yeah. but imagine like some people are funny when they're drunk. But
what Blade is trying to say is that because the market does not have a drunken superhero, that we need one because he can fill the void.
Yeah. I think it'd be epic, man.
Okay, so if you were a fucking superhero, what would your power be? What would be Super Blade?
Supersonic burp.
No,
From being drunk.
No, what would my superpower be?
Yeah. Like, what would you do?
I don't know.
You'd be the Snorlax of superheroes.
It would have to involve insane athleticism.
You know what would be so funny? Like, if Blade was a fucking superhero, so many people would die that didn't have to die. Because he'd be like, I don't feel like going to work today.
Air Force One is falling from the sky. Blade could save it.
I'll take care of it tomorrow.
That little signal shit in the sky that like summons Batman. I'd be looking out the window. I'm like, no, shit happens.
Blade would be like calling other superheroes. He's like, dude, can you cover for me? Like, I got fucking the new series came out on Netflix. I got to watch it. The new Orange is the New Black.
Aren't you streaming that? Can't you pause it? Yeah, but I'm kind of into it right now.
Right.
He's so fucking hilarious to see you as a superhero. Like, all these people would be coming at you and stuff. Would be like, thank you.
Imagine him as a superhero and having to feed him.
First off, man, I really do hate this, but a lot of people feel they get really comfortable with me. And they come to me with their problems. And
Where are you going with this?
I'm just like saying, I don't know why, but people think I'm like a therapist, and I'm just like, I don't really care. Sorry. Like,
yeah. I
know it sounds so bad. I'm like, I'll get into it, I'll be supportive, but then I'll be a sucker.
So here's a pretty epic story.
If you're telling Blade like a problem, right? You're like, Blade, oh my god, I can't. This happened and that happened. This is how Blade responds to you. He's like, dude, that sucks. So you want to play ladder ball?
I'm just saying, like, you can dwell on it, but I'm not going to sit there and dwell on it with you. You know what I mean?
Okay, you tell me the same exact story, and I'm like, well, why don't you do this? Maybe we can try to do that. Like, this is the best way to do it. And Blade's just like, oh,
I don't like backseat drivers, even if it's at like life. Like, I don't like life advice. You know?
Well, I don't like life advice from people that like are doing worse than me.
Right.
Like, I can't stand that. Like, recently I was criticized by another network, like within Freedom, and that juice is like now the biggest network in Freedom. It's doing really well. So if you're an Inspire YouTuber, go to thatjuice.com and apply.
That reminds me.
At Chicken Martin.
To finish your shit, but I got to talk about this. I have a fucking brilliant idea for the
show. But real quick, let me say this. So basically, this other network was like going to the CEO of Freedom and saying, Keem's doing this. Keem's a horrible guy. He's saying this. He's doing this on Twitter. And he was criticizing me, right? And it got back to me. And I was like, wait a minute. Why is someone that is doing way worse than me telling me what I need to do?
Right.
Like, you can't do that. Like,
someone's on the first level, you're on the 7th, and they're telling you what to do.
Keem got a screenshot sent to him on Skype. He's like, you can't be doing this. You're sending people death threats. And this was when he tweeted at me about the death threats to do the
BadKidCast. Long story short, all right, someone in the other network saw that actually, BadKidCast fans will love this. Someone in the other network saw that I told people on Twitter to give Josh death threats. I said I would retweet the best death threat, right? So that head of that network goes and tells this Freedom. Freedom calls me in a panic. Freedom calls me in a panic, and they're like, Keemstar, what are you doing? Oh, my God, you're having people send death threats to this Josh guy? Oh, my God, we can't have this.
And I'm sitting right next to him.
They're like, we need, like, you got to understand, like, this is a business, and, I understand that, like, you're a comedian or whatever the hell that is, but fucking, like, you can't do this. You own a fucking network. You own our biggest network. You can't fucking do it. They're in a panic, right? So I'm talking to him, and I'm like, well... I go, the guy that I sent death threats to, he's actually sitting right next to me. His name's Josh, and he's also a recruiter for that juice. And they're like, oh, but why did you do that? It's still a horrible thing. I go, on the BadKidCast, every time we upload an episode, people spam us on Twitter that they want another episode. And then if we go like 3 days, they start giving us death threats unless we put out another episode.
That's why people don't have our address, Brian. We'd be getting mail in bombs.
I go, that day... I told Josh that we needed to film a BadKidCast, and he decided not to come to my house. So instead of me getting the death threats for not getting the BadKidCast, I sent the traffic to Josh because he's the reason why it's been delayed.
I like how there's so much traffic of death threats for not making the show
that
if you have an out, be like, oh, all death threats, go to him. Bam.
Exactly. So then once I told that story, and explained everything to him, then the people at Freedom understood. They were like, oh, shit, yeah, like that these people are fucking known and they have fans and they like literally demand their content. And it made the guy that told on me look like a fucking faggot.
All right, okay. This is what I want to do.
I can't say faggot.
Keem, this is what I want to do.
I don't mean that in a gay way. I support gay rights. I mean, like, what a faggot is, not a gay person.
Well, you can be gay, but don't be a faggot.
It's a cigar or a bundle of sticks.
Yeah.
All right, so, Keem, this is what I want to do. You like doing the little raps, right?
I don't know if I like them. Well, I can do them.
You bust out the freestyles that are a little ridiculous, right?
Sometimes I do a lot of things that I don't like because my fans like it and my fans do like this.
Exactly. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking for the Bad Kid Show, right? For a sponsor, like every once in a while we're like, we'll take a quick commercial break or something like that, right? We stop it. For the sponsor, let's do like battle raps about the shit that they're sponsoring.
What? Are you going to battle rap me?
No, not battle rap. I'm just saying, like, do a freestyle about the shit that we're sponsoring. It'd be hella funny, and it'd be short, like 20, 30 seconds. And then,
do you want me to put this on pause, and we'll do a freestyle about that juice? I can get the music, and we'll bring it out here.
Yeah, there we go. Right. That'd be epic.
We're going to be right back.
There's that whole planting seed thing, because that's ridiculous, but we're going to go do that.
We're going to be right back.
But it would be epic, though. That'll be a commercial break. So if someone like wants to sponsor the show or something like that, and you do like a quick...
God damn it, I'm trying to take a cut.
That's what it is. That's part of that's what it is.
We will be right back after this. Good idea.
Message.
Like the
top. All right, we're back. You're going to see what?
Josh and I...
What am I rapping about again?
That juice.
That juice.
Oh, yeah. What up, BadKidCast? I'm that motherfucking DJ Keemstar. Yo, I'm talking about that juice. Bitch, I'm about to cut loose. Put high CPMs all up in your rear end. I'm talking about that juice. Get paid straight up in caboose. Josh is laughing. Bitch, stop. Down 9-1, bitch, call a cop. Yo, Blade, everybody getting paid in my network every single day. Come, join now. Be a partner, not a clown. Don't be fooled by machinima. Cause they're really stupid, duh. Or any other network, because they're going to rip you off. Get paid. That juice. That juice. Everybody about to fucking cut loose. That juice. I can't scream. I want to scream.
We were just talking about how when he does this and he's screaming, probably have the police here. Have them on the live.
I think OJ is over at Keem's house because he keeps on drinking and talking about
it was probably
loose.
It was probably like a silent disco though, because everything's running through our headphones. So if you were like on the outside standing in, I was probably just whispering anyways.
Hey, have you ever talked to someone when they were wearing headphones, but they were like blasting music, and they tried to talk back and they like yell,
fucking yelling at you.
You gotta talk loud enough to hear yourself.
Like you talk to someone on the street, you're like, "Oh, sir, you dropped your wallet." They got their headphones in, running or whatever. They respond, they're like, "What?" Like they're in the middle of the club.
So we read a lot of like comments or feed or like Skype conversations, stuff like that, or text messages. Like we're constantly reading what people are sending us, right? And when people like do all caps, I feel like they're yelling at me.
Yeah,
it's like calm the fuck down.
Yeah, like stop with the caps.
And
stop. Or
like,
they a multiple explanation points.
This girl texted me and she's like, "What are you doing today?" I'm like, "Oh, I got to do a bunch of stuff." She's like, "Oh, what are you talking about? It's Shark Week." Like when she said Shark Week, it was all in capitals. I'm like, calm down. I asked her this. I'm like, "What's?"
I'm just taking the week off for Shark Week.
Time out. What is the difference between 2013 sharks and 2014 sharks? Like, what really changed?
Yo, what?
And she goes, "This." She goes, "They got older."
I don't understand the whole Shark Week thing. Like,
I don't get
what
it either.
It's just a fucking. What? I don't get it.
I mean, maybe if I lived on like a tropical beach and had water near me, I might be interested in what sharks do.
But why are sharks so fascinating? Like a killer whale is way smarter than a fucking shark.
Well, I think Whale Week was a bummer last year, so just saying. The whale convention.
Like, do you know that whales just fucking eat sharks? Like, killer whales fucking eat sharks. Like, great white sharks.
And dolphins kill sharks.
Yo, one time they fucking tagged this fucking... they tagged this goddamn shark, right? They were tracking it in the water. And all of a sudden, they saw the thing just, like, go super far down to the bottom.
Just dip.
And then, like, went off radar. And they're like, what the hell? And then they ended up finding, like, the radar or whatever, and it was, like, and a piece of flesh. And they're like, holy shit, something ate this giant gray white shark. And so then they were studying these killer whales, and you know what these fuckers do? All right, sharks are, like, fierce, right?
First off, imagine you're in, like, a little locator, and you're like, beep, beep. Oh, there's a fucking huge whale. We're not looking for a whale. We're looking for a shark. Beep. It's like, no, I guess is it in the fucking whale?
Well, this is what happened. They found out later what fucking killed that shark. It was killer whales. Killer whales are so fucking smart. You know what they figured out? They figured out that sharks can't swim upside down. So what they do is one goes one way low and the other one goes the other way high, and they hit the shark and flip them. They make them do a barrel roll.
They do that shit with seals.
And then once the fucking shark is upside down, it's like goes into a panic and just stays there, right?
So
and then
like,
they fucking eat it.
I was watching this shit about like seals being on big chunks of ice, and these killer whales like build up momentum and create a tidal wave to fucking like knock the seals off and then eat them.
Killer
like
whales are so fucking smart. Oh my god, they're so smart.
Yeah, and they're killers, so that's why we don't have Killer Whale Week. Just saying.
So I don't really
no cameraman came back.
Imagine thinking you're a shark, you're at the top of the food chain, and you're like, oh, I just got eaten.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I mean, pretty much that's it. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about is these wars and stuff, but you guys don't even know what's going on. Maybe I shouldn't talk about it. I don't know.
No.
Negative Ghost Rider. Pattern's full.
Crazy wars going on. It's almost like World War III's happening.
It's not World War III, bro.
It's pretty close. I mean, you got fucking, Gaza Strip, Israel, Palestine. They're battling out. Then you got Russia, Ukraine.
All right, I just got one question.
Planes.
I know a little bit about history, and you're talking about like World War III and shit like that. But like, we had 2 past wars, and where was Canada?
What? That's what?
What are you talking
Canada
about?
has always fought with the United States.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Negative.
I'm almost certain Canada fought in
Well,
World
you got
War
the
I.
laptop there, buddy. Pull it up.
Well, there's no internet connection.
I guarantee you have internet connection.
There's not. I've never heard of the Canada-America
like 200
battle.
feet from my house. There's no internet connection.
Yeah. I've never heard of the Canada-America battle, bro.
I'm talking about like a civil war across fucking the border.
Yeah, I don't think that's happened.
That wasn't talking about that. I'm saying like I don't recall
He
fucking
doesn't-
Canada being like, oh, let's go fucking send troops over to
well,
Belgium.
Yeah,
Canada-
that's our shit, bro.
Okay, but listen.
I'm Canada,
You're both
Blade's
so fucking
team.
dumb. Listen to me. You guys are idiots. Canada fights with the United States. If we go to war in Iraq, which we did, Canada goes there too, which they did. If we go to war in Afghanistan, Canada goes there and fights too. It's part of the coalition forces, the UK, Canada, all these other countries.
How the fuck are you dyslexic but know this shit?
All right.
What the fuck?
I'm dyslexic, but I know stuff. I'm not really a big reader. I don't read, but
This
I...
All right,
motherfucker-
so Josh, you basically just saying like that Canada's not fighting with us?
I don't recall.
Well, then what was it? A question or a statement? I don't
He
get
was
it.
trying to say that Canada doesn't go to war.
Okay.
I don't recall that chapter in the history book where like fucking Canada was like pointing out like, hey, they did this.
Well, what about the
they-
French-Canadian War?
no.
What about the French-Canadian
There
War?
you go. There you go.
That didn't involve World War. I was talking about like World War.
Okay, well, they were involved in both the world wars.
It didn't hit the
I
fucking
could be
Super
wrong.
Bowl
Don't
of
quote me.
Wars. It didn't hit the Super Bowl of Wars. Big deal. Like the World War stuff's supposed to be fucking giant. World War.
Okay, well, World War means that like basically there's a bunch of alliances, and because of those alliances, you get everybody battling everybody.
Has anybody seen White House Down?
Yes,
I have not seen that actually.
No.
it's a good film.
It's Channing Tatum and Jamie Foxx.
Although,
Yeah, get off my Jordans.
I saw the fucking the Edge of Tomorrow or whatever it was. What was
Tom Cruise.
Yes. What is the name of that movie?
The Edge of Tomorrow, I think. I'm pretty sure that.
Was that good?
Yeah.
It was great. I knew it was great. I wanted to watch that movie in theaters so bad, and I'm
I
so
don't
mad
know
that
why.
I didn't.
I don't like Tom Cruise annoys
I
the
wanted
shit
to go
out of
see
me.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I came across it online. I watched it online. It was good, but why? Why didn't I watch that fucker in theaters?
Oh, something I want to bring up. So I came across this interesting part of a pornographic website. Like, you're understanding that they turn like Cinderella and shit and like stuff like that into porns.
Oh,
Like, this just click. This just like click like.
Okay,
Wait,
I see Family Guy porn advertisements
Yeah.
all the time.
But like, I was just thinking like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, who's going to turn that into a porn?
I'm sure they have. I'm
sure
sure
they have,
I'm sure
bro.
they have. You just got to Google it. Like
There was
seriously.
like a Vine where someone's like, "What part of the movie is this?" It was
Megan
the
Fox
it was
getting
the
wild.
it was the Avengers, right? And it was
the
at
Hulk.
first it was like
With Scarlett
it shows like
Johansson.
a second of the Hulk, right? Then it shows Scarlett Johansson for like a second, and then it shows an open vagina being pounded by a green dick,
Like giant,
giant
like
green
Arizona can fucking cock.
All right. All right. Has anyone seen this? Right. This is so fucking beautiful, and I love it. It's art form in the most beautiful form. What they do is they take a pornographic picture. Let's say this girl's like giving the dude a blowjob, right?
Right.
And they put it into paint, and they paint over like the private parts, and they make a whole different scene where like the girl's playing the flute. And
Oh,
the
yeah,
guy's
that
got
shit's
And the
hilarious.
guy's got a drum or something. Like it's so funny. Like that is
Hilarious.
so. It's modern. Like it's so fucking brilliant because
I've seen the opposite, like
when
coloring
you
books.
when you first look at it. When you first look at it, like you're like, why is this like done in paint? And then you realize, oh my god, this is a porn.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I fucking love that shit. So,
I think we should time lapse something.
time lapse what?
I don't know.
What? You pick the process, but not the subject. Like what?
Well, come on, guys, chime in here.
What do you want to timeline? What are you talking about? Like night and day or some shit like that?
No, not like some random
or
shit.
put a camera on a flower for 6 months? Like what?
I mean, I mean, I gotta hand it to him though. Like sometimes you want to drive, you don't know where you're driving. Sometimes you want to walk.
He tried to hit me with that shit today,
but you don't know where you're walking.
You want to go on a country drive? I'm like, no, get me the fuck out of here.
I just wanted to go fast and take turns fast.
I fucking hate that.
Well,
shit.
I mean,
so we were talking, and I'm like, oh, my mechanic said that if I pull this fuse, it turns off the stability thing. Because now I have in my car, I can turn off the traction control to where the tires will still spin, so I can do like burnouts.
Okay.
But if I take a turn too fast, it still kills power to the rear tires, so it won't drift, it won't kick out. Well, I was talking to my mechanic. He's like, all you got to do is pull this fuse, and Brian's like, can you like wait till like I get my car back to do this shit?
You're not supposed to DJ your car. In high turns, you're not supposed to DJ your car. Just flick a little switch, like back and forth is what? What do you plug it back in? Just keep on taking in and out. I used to have to take in and out of fuses.
Josh,
that's
seriously,
stupid, bro. Don't do that.
Quit fucking with your car. Like this motherfucker has a brand new car, crashes it, right? Gets another car, crashes that one. Like fucking.
I didn't crash it. I blew up the motor.
Well, no, you had 2 car crashes. Oh, maybe it was Blade's car. It was like
my car's good.
Josh never got into a car crash in your car.
No. Parking lot fender bender.
He got into a fender bender.
Okay, so you got in a legit car crash.
It's not a car crash, though.
No, my Dodge.
Talk about the first
one.
one.
Oh, the Dodge, yeah.
That was a bad one.
He gets
into
a legit car crash. Then he has a fender bender with yours.
Mm-hmm.
Then something happens to another car, and I don't know what happened to it. And then you blew up the motor in one car. And then, like,
I'm stupid sometimes.
You just had to, like, what's going on? Like, you can't just go to your mechanic and be like, let me flip the switch.
No, but this dude,
I've been driving for like 7 years.
But this dude,
8 years.
This,
not going
okay,
8
you're
years.
trying
this
not
dude
to drive.
will come
I've
up
had
to
12
me.
cars.
This dude come up to me. He's like, dude, listen, it's only $1,600. I can get a fucking full on turbo kit on this bitch, and I could just take the exhaust off, and this thing will fly.
Okay.
And I'm like, what?
Okay. If we're talking about like a 4-wheeler, a snowmobile, maybe a boat, like I'm all down for like souping it up and making it go fast. When it comes to driving on the roads, I have no interest in like having some sports car on the road because why? Like, why? I'm going to get a ticket.
The Beamer's not fast enough. I just needed to go faster.
But why?
Next door to the place we used to work at, there was a dude named Jerry, right? And he fucking ran the carpet store next door to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
This dude got the bright idea to buy, I think it was a Tahoe, right? He bought a Tahoe, and he lifted that bitch up so fucking high with these look like monster truck tires, right? But he used this shit as a daily driver, and this dude was short, right? So every day, right, it'd be 8 a.m., I'd be out, I would be smoking a cigarette, and I'm like sitting there, I'm just waiting for the day to start, right? I got a coffee, and I do that because about 8:05 every day, Jerry fucking swerves in here, damn near like tipping over, and parks his fucking massive Tahoe truck, right? He opens the door, and he has like a little step thing that folds down, and it's still like a good drop. So this dude, when he gets out of his car, he has to like say a prayer before he gets out of his car because he's fucking short and that motherfucker is tall.
Motherfucker's deploying a parachute.
Dude,
this dude had to get a running start to get into his car. I swear to God.
Have I ever told you the story? And I think I've told you the story. I'm going to say it again. It was a long time ago. All right. Well, not that long ago. Maybe 10 years ago. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hooking up with this girl, right?
It's 14.
How old am I? Yeah, I was like 20 or something. Anyhow, I'm hooking up with this girl, right? And she lives in this apartment complex in this place called Strikersville, right? And I'm going there, I'm hanging out with her, and all of a sudden, like, there's this giant fucking truck. I mean, this thing's jacked up, the fucking tires. Like, it looks like a fucking monster truck, just a little bit smaller than a monster truck. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, right? So I'm looking at this fucking dude as he rolls down his window. All right, and I'm looking at him as I'm getting into my car, and I'm thinking, like, who's driving this fucker? And I'm looking at him, I'm trying to get an eye of him. The door opens. I'm like, I can't, there's going to be a fucking giant walking out of this fucking thing.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, this ladder comes down, and a fucking midget starts crawling out of it. I'm not joking. I'm not making this up.
I think the correct term is little people.
I go and, like, at this point, I don't care if I'm rude or get caught or whatever, right? At the line that I was looking at, I couldn't see inside the truck, so I hurried up and took like 3 steps to the side so I could look in real quick, and there were pedals that like came so fucking high up from the ground. Like, it was ridiculous. This dude had hand controls and stuff in there so he could operate this fucking monster truck. It was insane.
Compensating.
I don't know what else it could be.
No, I mean that's awesome though.
It was fucking insane,
dude. One time, so can you stop fucking with whatever you're fucking with, Josh?
I have ADHD. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're like hitting a can or something. Like fucking, these motherfuckers like ting 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 ting.
All right, so I remember working the job, and I used to drive a big delivery truck, right? And one day it was like summer day, it's hot as fuck. This girl that worked next door came to work to pick up her check, and she was wearing like a cut off wife beater shirt, and her titties were bouncing. So she fucking started waving at me. I'm like, hey, Miss Parker, kind of shit. Like, hey. And I'm backing the truck up as I'm doing it, and I back it up into the fucking building.
Oh.
There was a big shake. The fucking designers came out. I was like, was there an earthquake? It's like, sorry. And she's dying. Like, she's over there. She thought, she knew what the fuck happened, because I was like, hey, damn, you know? Because I had gone to high school with her. And then I hadn't seen her in like 8 years, and then I saw her like when I started working at this place.
A's to double D's in 8 years.
Dude, she was and she was not hot in fucking high school, but now she was fucking banging.
You remember that shit in high school, like seeing that ugly bitch, and like they come back from summer break, and you're like, what?
Yep.
Like I should not have been rude to you.
I was never rude to a man because I saw too many ugly ducklings turn fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you making fun of that bitch? Just leave her alone. Like, well, I didn't say bitch. I'm fucking 6.
And then
the bitch that found out what makeup is, you're like, what?
Well, it's weird. Like when I went to my 10th year reunion, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, people changed, right?
Yeah.
Like people that were in shape are like completely out of shape, and then people that were out of shape were in shape. Like it's weird. Like
motherfuckers fell Jared.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Everyone's the same in high school as now.
I mean, I pretty much am. You know, usually people find themselves in college. Yeah, I was in college for like half a semester.
Right.
Yeah, I tried that whole shit, and then I went to college, went to Brent Stratton, and I showed up, and then like I didn't show up, and like I wasn't in trouble for not showing up, and I was like, "Fuck this."
Oh yeah,
goodbye.
That's how it is in college. Like, people, like I remember I used to kid with people that were in college. I'm like, last night you said you had class in the morning. And it's like, I know, but fucking wasted.
Whatever.
Yeah. They're like, I'm fucking hungover. I'm not going to fucking class.
The teacher's not going to come here and yell at me.
You're paying for it, so they're like, whatever. If you want to fail, you can fail. Shit, repeat. Do you think a college professor really wants to help you out and get you there? He's like, no, I'm doing my thing. If you ask somebody else if he needs extra help.
Sometimes college professors will just like pass kids because like the kids have
not
to like
this motherfucker again. God damn.
Yeah.
Like,
well, the kids.
I would pass you so fast, Keem. I'm sorry.
You walk in the first
I would
date,
pass you so fast. Because I know you'd start arguments with people and be like, no, you're fucking stupid. Like, you would really get into it like debates. Like, you're not even fucking listening to this shit. I'd be like, Keem, you know it, go.
Well, I was in communication. My major was communication and broadcasting or whatever. And
that's awesome.
I
you could be on the radio then.
I know. Well, imagine. What if I could?
That's what we're kind of
but
doing.
We're going back
That's
to the
what I'm
fact that
saying.
he only did the first half
So
of the
anyhow,
first semester.
I'm in the class, and the fucking professor, he goes to me, he's like, listen, you've lost a lot of classes. If you lose one more class, like, you're gonna fail.
Oh, I got this.
All right. So I said to him, I was like, well, what this class is like about, like talking on the radio and like broadcasting and stuff. And he's like, well, yeah, pretty much. I'm like, well, the first day I was here, you were teaching me how a radio works. Like, I'm not going to be an engineer. Like, I might want to talk on the radio one day. And he went into this big, like, long spiel why I need to know it. And I'm like, when I get that report card or whatever for you, because the teachers or the kids actually grade the professor in college, right? I go, I'm going to put like that you weren't helpful at all. And he goes, all right, well, listen, just try to make more classes.
Dude, all right, listen.
I can see Keem arguing.
Listen to
You're
this
wrong.
shit. So
I know a better way.
So 5th period, so it goes the first 4 periods, lunch, then 5th period, right? When 5th period came around for one semester, I was in this class, like science class, so I couldn't care less about, right? And so during lunch, I'd always smoke hella weed, right? Smoke hella weed, grab something quick to eat, come back to class. And the teacher was like, yeah, I can't have you in my class hella high like this. Like, I can't. You're stoned as shit, dude, and you're not fucking doing anything. I can't have you in my fucking class. So my brilliant idea, like the way that I approached life at that time, was like, okay, so I stopped going to the class. So this dude would see this dude, yeah. So I was like, cool, extra hour to smoke weed. And so this dude was like, okay, now you're missing classes. And so in order for me to be eligible to play for like a Friday night football game, they had me on this thing where like, okay, this is a 50-question quiz, okay? Each thing's worth 2 points. If you don't score an 80 or above on this, you can't play football tonight. I went in there. Can you guys stop doing that? You guys are giving me a fucking seizure.
Whoops.
We're sitting here taking fucking pictures with our smartphones and because we're in the middle of the fucking dark next to a fire with only moonlight that we can see from. Like, it's a goddamn
Strobe light.
It's a fucking club out here.
Oh no, I turned on a strobe light. I was taking photos.
No, that was fucked up. But I only answered 40 of the questions, and I got them all right. I left the rest of the quiz blank and like handed him the quiz, and he's like, okay, I looked at, because there was a thing, he had to like grade that one first because wanted to see if I was eligible to play football. And he's like, you didn't finish. I'm like, you said I had to get fucking 80%. I know my math. 40 out of 50 is 80%. There you go. And he was like, but you need to get 80% right, so why don't you do the rest in case you get some wrong? I'm like, no, I got it, bro. It's all there. Every single answer was fucking right.
Were they actually right?
Yep,
Yeah.
they were actually right.
How were they actually right?
Because
He
the
cheated.
night before, I smoked a blunt to my face and studied my ass off.
Wait, so what did he say back to you?
He graded it again, like went back through it, and was pissed.
I was like, this motherfucker.
What did he say to
He's
you?
like, did you cheat? I'm like, no, I didn't cheat. I fucking studied for it. And he asked me questions from the test that I already got fucking right, and I answered him right. I'm like, can I play now? Bye. Like, that was my attitude about it. Because, like, okay, most people, if they said, hey, don't come fucking stoned to class, every other normal person in this world would be like, fuck, I guess I got to cut that out, you know? But not me. I'm like,
wait,
okay.
what happened when you answered him right?
He was shocked.
So, like, I played football in
That's funny.
in high school, and I was actually really good at being tight end, but I wasn't the best academically. You know how in high school you have to have good grades to stay on the football team?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, like, my academics were shit shot.
Yeah.
So, sitting in the principal's office, he's like, well, we're probably going to have to kick you off the team, and there's my coach just behind him being like, don't worry about it. We got this shit, bro. We need you on the team. We want to go to states. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right.
You'll get a tutor. and
I passed earth science because my grandfather coaches the girls' softball team with that teacher.
shit. All right.
Like, I woke up numerous times in class with nobody else in there because I just slept. I'm like,
you ever come to the wrong class at the wrong period because you like
oh yeah,
fucked it off?
just forgot what day it is and
Yeah.
shit.
Okay, I had the best case scenario. All right, when I went to high school, I ended up going to like BOCES. Do you guys know what
did
BOCES
that.
is?
Mm-mm.
BOCES is like a program where you can, like, in high school, you can train to be like a welder or a mechanic or something like that instead of going to high school the full day. So half the day,
That makes sense. That
English or
makes
play with
sense.
tools.
so like
That makes sense.
so like half day you can go to like construction class or whatever the fuck you're going to, right? So halfway through the day, I used to go to this conservation thing where we would like drive bulldozers and make maple syrup, right? That's what, like, that's what we did like for half of the day during high school.
That's awesome.
Well, I got into 2 fights and they kicked me out and they sent me back to the high school.
That's weird.
Now, the high school was like, we put you in BOCES because we knew that you weren't going to pass any fucking like college level shit, right? So they're like, what do we do now? And they're like, well, we got to figure out a way to like get him to graduate and get him out of here. So you know what they ended up doing? They ended up giving me like 4 gym periods in a row.
That's sick.
Yes. So, dude, I had to like bring stuff to take a shower every day.
Yeah.
Because I would play 4 gym classes in a row. It was fucking awesome. I was sitting here playing baseball all day long.
I never told you guys this one. I had a child in high school, and the individual who I had.
How old were you?
I was 16.
You were 16?
Yeah. So the individual I had
So
a
were you a
child.
sophomore or junior?
Wait, so were you
I
15
was
when you got
sophomore?
How old were you when you got her pregnant?
16. I was a junior. So there's this.
You got her pregnant, but then she didn't get pregnant till
She didn't have that
junior year?
baby
Yeah,
until
she had
you
the
were 17.
senior. Yeah. So
So you're a dad at 17.
yes. So being in high school, she didn't want to admit that she was pregnant and all this stuff. So she's like, when the baby came out, she's like, "Oh, it's my brother. It's my mom's baby." So all of a sudden, I'm being like questioned by like,
what?
yeah.
Wait, how did she hide the fact that she was pregnant?
She said she was homeschooled because she was sick or blah blah blah, and people believe this shit like so much that like administration believed it. I got called out.
She said she was home. Like when she's going to school though.
She wasn't going when she started the show. She like was homeschooled then.
Oh.
So then so it got so much like the people believing it, like administration. I got called down to the office with the Erie County Sheriff's in there, and they're like, "We need to talk because you're saying this is your baby, and we believe it's her mother's, and we need to talk. Were you raped?" I'm like, "What?" I'm like,
Wait, they
"No,
asked you if
yes."
you were raped?
They're like, "Did she rape you? Are you
How
pursuing
do
in
you
sexual
rape-
intercourse with her?" Like,
Oh, they thought that, not
yeah.
his girlfriend raped him, but the girlfriend's mom.
yeah.
Oh.
Thought that like I was fucking this lady. I'm like, no, not at all. I'm like, hey,
Okay,
here's a birth
okay.
certificate that blatantly says her name on it. Like, really?
So once administration found out about it, they were like, "Oh,
Yeah, they were like, okay, we need to get this kid down here because this shit doesn't happen where at our school. Like, I came from a good school, and yeah, that was my interesting thing. Then there was this time that I had a suspended license for not showing up in court in high school.
Man, I forgot about this. You remember in school when they had the thing where you like hold like a bag of sugar and treat it like a baby for like a week or something?
We
Yeah,
had animatronic
powder.
babies.
Okay.
I got to skip that by the way.
We had
senior
to purchase sugar, like a 5-pound bag of sugar, right? And I ended up putting that shit on my fucking frosted, like on my Cheerios and shit. Like I put on cornflakes, right?
you fucking eating your baby."
That's why I didn't
fucking
realize
cannibal.
that. I fucking go downstairs. I'm like, oh, I want some fucking cereal. But I need some sugar. I fucking open the top up, like, whoa, like burst it open. I fucking burst my baby's head open. And I was fucking scooping it. And the next day I go to fucking school and everyone has their baby. I'm like, fuck, I forgot my baby. So not only do I go back and get my baby, it's fucking just been sitting out with the fucking head blown up. I'm like, shit. I have to fucking curl it up and like I felt like a little beanie hat or whatever, and I put it on top of it, and they're like, "Why do you have a beanie on your baby, bro?" It's like, it's cold out, you know. Like,
My health class teacher let me skip that senior year. They're like, "Oh yeah, you're good. You got a real one."
Well, see, when I was in school, they actually gave out they didn't give out just sugar or flour or whatever. They actually gave out real babies.
What?
Not real.
The
not,
animatronic ones, like they cried and pissed and shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. They're
okay,
like
yeah,
they're
we
like
used to have a
dolls.
bag of sugar.
They're like dolls that piss and stuff or
Yeah.
whatever. But I remember me and my brother ended up having one at the same time, and like we were on our way back, like, and this is before we drove. I was like 15 or something.
Did you dress them the same?
No, we ended up getting in a fight. Me and my brother got in a fight on the school bus, and we were like hitting each other with the dolls.
And they take down like
Yeah.
damage and like if you're being dropped.
So
and
when
shit.
when we took these babies back the next day, they were both declared like brain dead.
right?
They were fucked. Yeah. So
Dude, oh my god, what the fuck was I gonna say?
I don't know. You interrupted my story now. I forgot.
No,
But I get
sorry about
ADHD.
that, but I just
Yeah.
remembered that shit. That shit was hilarious.
What was I talking about?
Dude,
your,
I
your,
just-
your
so
son,
real quick.
the birth of your son.
So did you guys have like
only the most important thing in your
no?
life.
This is back to like the police at my school.
Oh, okay.
So did you guys have like a school resource officer?
No.
All right, we had a state trooper that was like stationed there. This was after like the fucking
The school
Columbine
cop, yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah, there's always
Yeah.
a school cop. Yeah.
So the school cop calls me down there and he's like, are you aware that your license is suspended? I'm like, what? No. He's like, yeah, the judge is not happy you didn't show up for court for the past 3 months, so he suspended your license. I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, what do I do? He's like, all right, you got
Wait. So not only are they talking about the birth of your child,
This
but
is
they're
all
also,
during, like, the
they're
same
also-
week.
They're also running down your fucking license.
Yeah, this is like the same week.
Oh, by
So-
the way, you should get this fixed.
So the school resource officer is like, all right, you got to go to the town courts and you got to tell them when you're going to show up and make court date and they're going to lift the suspension. I'm like, how do I get there? He's like, drive. I'm like, excuse me? Aren't you the cop that's like, like, did you just tell me to drive? He's like, don't get caught. I'm like,
What?
I'm like,
Dude,
what?
the same shit happened to me. The same exact shit happened
Like, they
to me.
didn't give a shit. When I was in high school, it's awesome. You know,
It's-
we have the
you know
thing.
what? You know what happened to me? Okay, so listen, I fucking didn't pay a fine, right?
Right.
So my shit gets suspended. All right. I run out of gas because I had this amazing system when I was a kid where if I ran out of gas, I just knocked on someone's door and I was like, I ran out of gas. Can you help out? And they would bring out fucking 5 gallons and give it to me.
Yeah.
So
Country
No,
people.
not here. You can ask to borrow some sugar from a busted baby, but I got no gas for you.
But anyhow, I used to run out of gas all the time. So I'm on my way to school, I fucking run out of gas. I'm like, fuck, my aunt lives like right there. I gotta walk a mile. So I start walking, all of a sudden the cop stops me. He's like, why you walking? Is that your car? I'm like, yeah, that's my car. So he runs everything, he finds out I have a suspended license. He's like, where are you headed? I go, I'm on my way to school. So he fucking pulls out gas gives me some gas so I can get my car running, all right, gives me a ticket for driving with a suspended license because my license got suspended, and then tells me to go to school.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
You know, in New York State, we have this thing called if you're under the age of 17, you commit a crime. It's called a youthful offender.
Yeah.
It can be up to an E felony, and they're just like, bad boy, don't do it
Yeah,
again.
but they got the stuff.
And you just walk
But
away.
they probably have the stuff
No.
where if you're like 17, you do some heinous shit, they'll try you
Oh,
as
yeah,
an
they'll
adult.
try you as adult. But
They've tried like 14-year-olds and 12-year-olds as adults, which I think is crazy.
Yeah,
I can't believe they do
kids,
that.
There's kids that aren't even 18 yet that are struck out.
There was like a kid that like
Struck out.
He was doing some wrestling moves.
Yeah.
And he like did some wrestling move
Down in
with-
Florida,
with-
right?
yeah, he did a wrestling move with his sister, and the sister ended up dying or whatever. And the kid was like 12, and they charged him as an adult, tried to put him away for 20 years.
Yeah, man.
It's like, what the fuck is wrong with the goddamn government?
Don't worry, you'll get out when you're 32.
This should
What?
teach you wrestling is fake.
Yeah.
They're professionals.
Okay, so you're gonna miss all the teens, all the numbers that are teens. You're gonna miss that. The
we're just going
20s,
to lock you up for this period of time. That we know you're going to fuck up.
completely miss that decade. That decade's spoken for. Okay.
Could you imagine that? Like when you
I'm just
go
saying, like,
in.
if that was like my family or whatever, if I was the mother of that kid, obviously I'd be broken that they're horse playing and like one of my
Could
kids
you
is
also
dead.
imagine that child
But I
being
would
exposed
seriously,
to that life?
I would dedicate my life to making sure that whoever like brought that to trial, the prosecutor, never got reelected anywhere.
Oh yeah.
I would like,
also
make that
just
my
think
life
about
mission.
that. So the years where you're learning right from wrong and like all the good things to do in life, like from your parents and shit, you're in jail.
Well, just
like
think,
when you come out,
Yeah.
you're going to be a menace on society.
well,
Yeah.
just think about this, right? You're a parent and you have two kids, right? You lose your 5-year-old because she dies in the accident, and now your son is going to jail for 20
That's
years?
fucking crazy.
Imagine that as a parent.
Yeah.
Like, these motherfuckers are so stupid.
That's some Myers family shit there from
And-
Michael.
And then
Halloween.
apparently, here's the worst thing, though. Apparently, that kid ended up like fighting through the system, and he actually got out early,
That's what's up.
and he fucking committed a crime.
No shit, Sherlock.
But
These
here's
motherfuckers said I could get away with it.
Actually,
They did it, but
I got a
so
story.
here's what they were trying to say. They're trying to say, see, we should have kept him in jail because
yeah.
he's horrible at 12. We knew it. But in reality is, no, you had this motherfucker from 12
In
until,
gladiator school.
until I don't know where, in gladiator school, in the fucking jail.
learning from all the people that committed crimes,
At
how they
12.
got caught.
All the other 12-year-olds that murder people.
Yeah.
Let's just fucking group them together.
You're a
Get in
product. Like it's a
Go be social.
It's a proven fact. It's a proven fact that we are products of our environment. It's a
Right.
proven fact.
Yeah.
We adapt to our environment. We become our environment. So whatever our friends do, whatever the people we hang out with, is who we end up being. Proven fact. So what they fucking do is they take one person that might be mad, they call it corrections, where he's supposed to get fixed by surrounding him by people that are like way worse bad.
Corrections is such a stupid term. There's no rehabilitation. It's you're on timeout, bro.
You cannot rehabilitate.
You're
someone
on
if you-
lifetime out.
You
the
can't
whole
rehabil-
corrections is that you're afraid to go back. That's why you don't do it again.
You can't rehabilitate. You can't fix somebody or correct somebody by putting them around people that are bad, because you're only going to get the result of them being more bad.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, I didn't drink till I met Blade.
Like, they should take they should take like killers and like make them hang out with Teletubbies. That'll fix them up.
Yeah, but
Or make them fucking kill the Teletubbies. I mean, fucking.
Oh, how about this? How about people that are low income? They house them with the prisoners so that they have like normal, hardworking people next to the other person.
There you go.
There you go. Bam.
But then, like, who wants to be around
Exactly.
prisoners?
Like
So-
Section 7 housing. We're going to give you a mansion
Who's
so you want to work
volunteering?
harder.
Yeah, who's volunteering to go to a jail or to a prison?
Well, I
You know?
guess the solution would be this, right? Be in a jail, but be in a jail with just you.
Yeah, oh yeah, fuck that.
That's the solution.
No, no, that's the fucking worst idea.
But that's the solution.
No,
You know,
that's
people are going
no-
to kill themselves.
No,
like
bro,
fucking,
bro, no.
Like,
no.
everyone
There's,
has
like, the
their
whole-
own personal cage. They can't see anyone else.
Like
They
sitting
ha-
there,
they
I would
have-
be
they
like,
have
I
that-
wonder if
they have that in-
reincarnation's real.
Okay, first off, they talked about this on Last Week Tonight. Okay, the ad seg that they do where they put people in the fucking hole, where literally they're just in there by themselves, like, and they come out to the yard by themselves, or they go take a shower by themselves, and like the only human interaction they have is the guards bringing meals, put them through their door. That's all they do.
Right?
Yeah, that mentally fucks with people, bro. Like, people had like 6 month sentences in the hole, and they were like bashing their head against the wall, like they went loony. So,
I guess.
So the idea of putting someone in prison, whatever, that's kind of shitty too. But like to put them separate like that, it's psychologically damaging to that person.
I don't know. It's just a weird situation to think about. You know, these
chicken
prisons
wing dip.
are like.
Would you shut up about the fucking chicken
Like,
wing
why?
dip? Why? We get it. We know. We are fully aware that you want chicken dip, bro. You've reminded us a lot of times. We woke up. We got the alarm. Okay, we got the notification.
Well, I think we did a really good cast.
Speaking of alarms, real quick,
Keep going.
I've got this fucking alarm app. So it says I can't wake up, so it gives you like tasks to do, like shake the phone for 10 seconds or like move the numbers in order. Well, I was like, oh, right, this one looks cool. Let's put the math equation on. I'm thinking it's gonna be like 2 + 2, 9 + 2, fucking shit like that. No, it's fucking like 9 + 2 in quotients times the other fucking ones in quotients. So like,
So it makes you wake up, pretty much.
no,
So
shit that I don't know. So like, I'm pausing it, trying to remember what it says, putting it into the calculator, getting the answer, then putting the answer back in.
Oh, he
like,
can't. He can't turn the fucking thing off.
No, it continues to go this entire time while I'm like
Is
trying
it
to use
loud as fuck?
Oh yeah, loud as a motherfucker. Like I was. I'll
So
tell you what.
it's such a
they,
troll app.
They got that shit right because I was fucking awake when it was done, and it's
Yeah.
not just one equation; it's like 5 of them, and like it's like find X. I'm like, huh? Like fuck, what?
Here's the thing,
and it won't turn
there is a
off.
okay, I this gives me the greatest smile on my
That's
face.
hilarious.
Right? Let's say I have to do something, right? Like early, and someone wakes me up. I'm like, okay, I can do it. If I can do it and still stay asleep, and then go back to bed and be like, all right,
Okay.
like something like, yeah, I don't have my keys. I need you to come down and unlock the door. Cool. I can do that task real quick, but not really wake up and go back to sleep. Cool. You know what I mean?
How many of your guys' alarm clocks? Look like
When I
this?
wake up, I just hate sitting in bed. Like I need to get up. I need to get out. I need to be alive.
Keem, do your alarms look like that when you set an alarm to
No,
wake up?
that's fucking weird.
I got fucking alarms like every 10 minutes to make sure my ass gets up.
What's the worst though is when you're in like a social setting. So you'd be in like a social setting. Hey, how's everyone doing, man? Good, man. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Bling, bling. I'm like, what the fuck? And I look down, and instead of 9 a.m., I fucked around and set my alarm for 9 p.m. and
Yep.
slept through. So like when I'm like, why do you have an alarm right now? I'm like,
I'm a degenerate.
Yeah.
Fucking-
Well, dude, I used to use that freaking line so many times at work. I'd go into work late, and I'd be like, dude, I fucking set the wrong PM. I'm so sorry on my alarm.
One of the coldest things I ever did.
I used to use that line so many fucking times to the point where they were like, you better figure out the difference between APM or PB or
PBM?
fucking PM.
You want
or
the
you're
PB&J
fired.
over there, buddy?
Oh, I pulled off a slick move one time. One time I overslept and went into work. I was able to get in there like 20 minutes late, but I didn't go in right away. I made sure I was like ready to go, and I walked in there at 9 instead of 8. Walked in there at 9 like I didn't do anything. Like, well, let's fucking get the day started. And they're like, you're an hour fucking late. I'm like, well, that's ridiculous. I went and had fucking breakfast. Like, I'm supposed to work at 9. Like, no, you're supposed to work at 8. I'm like, I was ready, but what are you talking about? That's stupid.
So you acted like you were here early?
Like, yeah. Like, I acted like I was like on time, proper, ready to go.
So you remember when I first moved in, how like we'd go out drinking on Thursday, and I'd be to work the next day like at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And well, you didn't know what time I woke up. Well, my boss thought that at least because we had this thing called web time clock where you logged in through the internet. And I just found out how to use like TeamViewer, log on my computer when nobody was there because I had my own office,
That's
and
sick.
punch myself in at fucking 8 o'clock and not show up till 10 because that motherfucker wasn't there.
That's
So like this whole time, Brian's like, "How do you drink till 4 o'clock in the morning and go to work 3 hours later?" I'm like, "I just do it, man. I'm
Yeah,
on that
but
grind."
don't they see that you have no calls?
What?
Don't they see that you have no calls?
I was the director of operations. I didn't make phone calls,
Oh.
There you go.
so I was fucking.
Nobody ratted you out that you weren't there?
They worked under me unless they wanted their life fucking hell.
Right.
Like, oh, what? Oh, you made 180 phone calls today. I'm writing you up. I wanted 187. Good luck. You're fucking suspended for 3 days. Good luck paying your fucking rent next week.
Right.
Like, don't fuck with me. You need a ride home? Guess the Metro bus now.
Yeah.
That's
Nobody fucked with
crazy.
me.
Well, I think we did a good cast, and I think it was really cool that we brought it outside.
Helping clean up.
Yeah, we gotta do some work here. So, thank you for listening to the BadKidCast. Make sure you leave a comment on whatever platform you're listening to us on, and hit us up on the Twitters. Let us know what you thought. Share your opinions. I love the feedback that we get from you. Continue that, and thank you for listening to the BadKidCast.
And have a good night.
Why'd you have to put in "have a good night"?
Because.
I had a perfect closing.
I didn't.
Blade, you didn't even
Have a
say
good-
goodbye.
Blade's
I
just sitting
assume. I
there.
assume that you bye.
I don't know where the fucking button is because I can't see.
Oh,
I need the moon's help.
after these messages,
All right,
the
I found-
moon.
What? It's a fucking moon.
The BadKidCast by moonlight.
All right, we're out.